Hello, good morning and welcome back to Living on a UK State Pension. My name's Tanya, I'm 68 years old and for this next year I'm going to be living entirely on my UK State Pension and banking my civil service pension. I'm not saying any more, I'm going to get straight into the first shop I did in Asda. I visited 3 shops this morning because my pension arrived in my account. And yeah, I wanted to get out there and do some shopping. So my dog's food, I won't actually probably need this till next month because when he comes back in 2 weeks' time, he goes to Dad on Wednesday, then comes back in 2 weeks' time. And I think I've actually got enough for those 2 weeks before I'll need this, but it was a good price, £4.50. So I bought it. The crumpets were a little treat at 39p instead of 70. I don't know whether 70 is the absolute top price on them, but anyway, 39p. I just put a bit of jam on them or marmalade or something on them and have them mid-afternoon if I haven't got a piece of my tea bread to hand, because obviously there's no fat in these as well. I know I go on about fat, but I am increasing my fat intake a little bit. Anyway, always handy for the freezer because you can put so many other bits and pieces on top. I mean, in the cupboard I've got olives, etc. I could put a bit more cheese on there, but it was, instead of 125, it was down to 85p. That will go in the freezer like that. I won't touch it. The chocolate I need for my tea bread, 55p. This was on offer today, so it's slightly higher, typically 7% fat instead of the 5%. But it contains some leg meat in there as well, turkey mince with some leg meat, which tends to be more flavourful. So I decided to get that, and that was £2.50 for 500 grams. Then I got a plain flour and a self-raising flour. I don't know what size bag are they, so 1.5 kilos, both 85p each. A bag of sultanas for my tea bread, and these are 500 grams, £1.10. And I've never ever heard of cottonseed oil, but I googled it and it didn't say anything bad about it. So, and it's literally 1%. It's 99% sultanas in there. So I think I can live with that. A thick bleach and a toilet cleaner, both 70p each. A wholemeal toasty bread, and I've just realised I've gone and picked the thick one up instead of the medium, but hey ho, I'm going to have to use it. 3, this is for Bertie, buffalo sticks. He loves the buffalo flavour, I have to say. So I've picked those up for him, and I believe if they were £1.10 each, but if you bought the 3, you got the 30p off. Tomatoes 99p and leeks 99p. And because I don't need these this week, I'm going to take 20 minutes to give them a clean, slice them, put them in a bag, put them in the freezer so that I can get them out next week and make a quick soup with them. But while they're on offer this week, I've grabbed them. So that shop, which came off my gift card, because I only want to spend the 50 and the odd p that was on the gift card, £20 and 12p, and I've got £80 and 27p left on my gift card, but actually only £30 and 27p because £50 is for next month. So that's my first shop. Oh, I forgot the poo bags, £1 and 10p, because that was going to trigger a question. about cleaning up after your dog in other countries. Do you do it? You know, is there a law where you have to clean up after your dog like we do in the UK, basically? I know some people don't, and it's very annoying for those that do. But yeah, I've been to a couple of countries, and I admit it was about 5 years ago now, where when I went into a town, there was dog poo everywhere. And that really surprised me. So yeah, I'm interested to know whether in other countries you have to pick up your dog poo. Right, the next shop I went to was Iceland. And this week, Thursday's blog, I've put it up on Thursday, is about loyalty cards, but also actively seeking out bargains. I had read online, you know, when I looked at the Iceland website, that these extra large, 2 extra large beer batter fish were going to be half price at £1.75, which is very good for 2 pieces of fish. And I thought, you know, I haven't had fish and chips for so long, and as they cost about £10.25 and even £6.40 for a senior citizen's portion, as they say, I thought, no, I'm going to go down and get them. And I also remembered that at Slimming World last week, Gemma mentioned that if you show your Slimming World card, that you know that you belong to Slimming World, that you'd get a 10% off. And somebody shouted from the group, but I don't like the Slimming World food. And she said, it doesn't matter. You can buy anything and still get the 10% off. So yes, I went along, and yes, they were £1.75 each. And it came to £5.25, and then I got 53p off because of the Slimming World 10% off, basically. So I got 6 pieces of beer battered large cod. Is it cod? Well, fish anyway, beer battered fish, 100% fillets it is, for £4.72, which I thought, even if I have one piece of fish and I then throw a potato in the air fryer, cut up into chips, even leave the skin on, you know, for the healthy side of it, a little bit of spray oil and some mushy peas. And I would think that that meal would then come in round about £1. £1.10 possibly at the outside. When you think of, I mean, I know I'm still using 8p for 2 kilo potatoes at the moment, but yeah, even if it was £1.25, it's certainly a huge saving. Anyway, that's Thursday's log. Yeah, so next on the list was Lidl. Now I looked at the long life milk in Asda, and it had gone up to 89p, and that was shocking. That is a 20p rise from 69. So I thought I'll wait and buy it in Lidl. Well, Lidl didn't have any skimmed in this one. This one is the 69p. They only had the 89p in the skimmed ones. So both of these were 69, but they only had semi-skimmed. So I thought, well, I'll get 2. I won't buy my normal 5 or 6. I'll get 2 of each at the moment and see whether I use less of it because it's semi-skimmed. But yeah, that can't be helped, unfortunately. You know, people realise where the cheapest one is and they go and buy it in bulk, you know. So anyway, the digestives were 57. The shortbread was 42p. Should have been 49, but because I activated a coupon, I got another 15% off that. The cheese, which I wanted the half fat one really, but hey ho, they didn't have it. So again, I'll have this. I'll just use less of it. It's because I've got some mackerel in the freezer, and I like to make a pate out of it. And it's one of the only ways I will eat mackerel, basically, because it is good for you. So I thought if I make some mackerel pate up, and then the rest I can use on pasta. Because if you just stir this through pasta, it's absolutely lovely. And it's the garlic and herb one, and it comes in at 85p. Then I bought a gammon joint, which has got a good date on it, 7th of February. So I haven't got to cook it up, because this week, obviously, I'm living on entirely freezer food, freezer meals that I've made, or as near as damn it like that. So this won't get cooked up till next week, but I'm thinking that was £3.99, and it weighs 750 grams. And as you can see, it's very, very lean indeed. I'm going to make Slimming World. Now, some people call it campfire stew, some people call it bonfire stew, but anyway, I'm going to be making that. And my last thing, last but not least, is the lemons, and they were on offer, 79p. I got that with the mackerel in mind, but also to have a go at making the microwave lemon curd. And because these are unwaxed, yeah, that's going to make that job a whole lot easier. So I'm going to have a go at making lemon curd in the microwave. So I'll just jot this all down in my book, and I can let you know what I've spent. So altogether, I've spent £36.97 in those three stores, between those three stores. Right, as far as the Iceland one that I got the 10% off, don't forget, if you're over 60 and shop on a Tuesday, you're also going to get 10% off. So worth thinking about doing your shopping deliberately in Iceland on a Tuesday. You have to now produce your Iceland card, but yes, they will give you the 10% off on a Tuesday. And the other thing that I didn't mention was that obviously, because I spent £12 in 13p, I was entitled to my free bun, which went through. I had to take my trolley back because I have the little cart thing that goes in store. They then let me have that for absolutely nothing because I redeemed the coupon telling me that I had a freebie. So I can't think of anything else. So I don't want this to drag on. So that's my shop so far. And as a disclaimer, because I always have to mention it, as you know, I have quite a few products in the freezer that I can draw on still at the moment. But that's why I'm also, what I say in the background, I didn't mention the eggs. I didn't bring the eggs over. Sorry, I had eggs on there as well. It's because I've got shopping all over the place. I do apologise. Let me see. How much were the eggs on the Lidl shop? Bottom there, £2.35p. 12 free range eggs, £2.35p. So moving forward, this will be made into a meal that hopefully will stretch to at least five, if not 6. Because by the time you've added your baked beans and your tomatoes and everything to the pot, and then you strip the gammon, you shred it, it is lovely. absolutely lovely, and I'll be adding onions and celery and everything else to make that go a bit further. Then obviously I've got 6 meals here as well, for the future, So in the background, although I'm doing small shops, I'm still putting stuff in my basket to allow me to keep the ball rolling with batch cooking, or in the case of the fish, you know, just grab a potato and a piece of fish out, and hey presto, a meal. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I know I can get a bit overexcited at times, but I hope this is helping people. Anyway, thank you for watching. Bye bye.